roll back, Musar, roll back family. I hope all is well with you all. I'm telling you. Because, overstand family, we gonna get into that in this series, but overstand, long story short, these reptilians are sending frequencies, alright, out at night, right, and throughout the day. It's strong at night, alright, from the magnetism from the moon, alright, and that moon acts as an amplifier, alright, to pretty much increase the strength, right, the strength so those frequencies could travel, okay, down here. And that's why some people hear people talking, or hear voices in their head at night, hear conversations and shit at night. It's these beings here. They are being an assistant to end time madness, alright? Understand that, fam. But yes, family, this is my little series here, our series here, alright? Let the world say amen, alright? This is about the Amein, alright? Amein Ray 8, the one and only true Messiah, alright? The one that, Malachi said take his place. But Dr. Malachi said, when I'm done ruling, another Pharaoh will be taking my place. That Pharaoh, family, is Thutmose the third, the blue light Pharaoh, Amein Ray 8, alright? Understand that. Alright. So, yeah, fam, understand that these demons, right, they are on fire, fam, spiritually, alright? They're full of rage, and they drop down, right, come down in with great anger, you follow me? Because they know they have but a short time, They know. Just like they know that black isn't a color, it's a frequency that's intertwined with all creation, light and vibration, right? The electromagnetic nation, new beings, you follow that? And these demons know their time is up, basically, right? Just like when the Messiah met this man in the graveyard, scripturally, that was possessed with all these legions, right, of demons, and they cried, "It's not our time. What are you going to do with us?" Right? And, Yahshua ordered them, that's right, ordered them out into the swine herd, the pigs, right? And ordered them right off the cliff. You remember that? These things are very, very real, okay? Understand that, family. And then there was, this Canaanite woman that tried to approach Yahshua because she had a daughter that was vitally hexed by demons. And she wanted her daughter to be exorcised or cleansed, right? And the ones that were with Jesus informed him, right? Amein Ray 8, right? Of the Canaanite woman and her daughter's illness, and she's begging for your company, sir, right? And he told her it's not meek to give the children's bread to the dogs, right? It's in the little book, the Bible. He called that Canaanite woman a dog. You know what I'm saying, right? Canaanite. Do you hear it? Right? And understand, family, that the absence of the Most High is what brings by the product of the devil. Understand it, alright? Now, and she sent the message back to Yahshua, aka the Amein Ray 8, right? Even so, master, even the dogs eat the crumbs swept off the table from the master. And the Amein, Yahshua, Amein Ray 8, right, thought that was clever, And Yahshua said, tell the woman that, may her daughter be whole, alright? And remember, family, the Amein, Jesus, Yahshua, was not sent to them, but the lost sheep, the children of Israel only. You follow me? So if you're thinking you have purely Canaanites there, the answer is no. And if you keep playing with them, you'll be gone as well. Understand that. Okay, family. Also, please understand that all beings have agreeable and disagreeable among them. And yes, fam, even the reptilians, okay? And also, family, understand that all animals, familiars, can see into the spirit, okay? Understand this. This is why dogs cry. right? Or they howl, right? When one passes, because that familiar can sense the soul leaving the body, alright? And cats are very spiritual familiars as being used as mediums and gateways to ancestral vibrations and spiritual connections, alright? This is why cats are used at seances. Like when like when a familiar starts barking at a corner or just staring at a corner. This is due to that familiar seeing and hearing things beyond your frequency range, because you live in a very narrow frequency band, right? And there's a spiritual realm that lies directly adjacent to the physical realm. That's why when you look at your clock, family, you got 60 minutes on the clock, but you also have 60 seconds, right? So the clock goes tick-tock, and there's counting 60 ticks, right? But the tock, right, is there space in between the tick and time is still passing, you know. People don't count that because they don't recognize, just like a musician will understand that when you play music, right, you have a rest and a beat and a rest, but you're still keeping time during the rest, right? Time is still passing, you follow? And that's the realm we live on in, the spiritual realm, right? Like I said, the counter ethereal world lies directly adjacent to this one, right? And understand, family, the real Trinity is within you, right? That Ankh, Ba, and Ka, right? The etheric soul. That's how you're taken up, family. You know, a crab, a sham, a spoofer, right? And when you get sucked up like that, in the spirit, you're traveling FTL, understand that, faster than the speed of light, right? You're breaking light speed, and you find yourself sitting with what it looks like a chair, all right? And it feels like a chair. And as Malachi describes it, because understand, family, Malachi and Amein were taking up the same time. That time, and the chair feels like it's a foam creeping up your back that goes around like a mystery foam or memory foam, right? As he describes it, as the closest thing to parallel to on Earth here, right? You know that you can relate to, right? You follow? And as Amein was sitting in that chair, you will notice that there's a large fan, right, in front of you that's going from left to right and one above your head, right? And it either goes to left or right, all right? And that fan, right, is like a aperture, is so powerful that it's going backwards. It takes you back in time. And if it goes forward, it takes you forward in time, okay? And Amein Ray 8, the one and only true Messiah, describes that from the Messiah's point of view. The Amein felt as if he was stuck in a closet, okay? The floor of a closet, right? And from the waist up, the Messiah was in the top of the floor. And from the waist down, Messiah felt as he was dangling through the floor, right? But the closest door was open, and I could look into a bright room, but it was like the deck of the Enterprise, you want to say, and there was a lot of people dressed in white at the controls all over, alright? We're going to stop right there, family. We'll continue this truth here tomorrow, alright? But understand that all that's on this page, family, no matter how far-fetched it sounds, how crazy it sounds, right? I'm telling you, it is your reality. It is the reality, right? It is the reality. Understand that everything that is everything that is fiction, right, is truly non-fiction. Understand that. Alright? Context to the one and only true Messiah on this page. I love you all, family. August 12th, 2030, Crystal City, New Jerusalem, New Heaven, and New Earth. Risk is here. Wadu.